So hey, it's Brian with Old Man New Tech, and it looks like W-King is on a roll. They released another speaker. This is the W-King X10 Outdoor Wireless Speaker. From the looks of it, it looks like it's designed to compete with more expensive speakers like the JBL Xtreme and other speakers from Sony and Soundcore that price at around $200 to $400. But I'll shoot a link down below for the latest pricing from Amazon. But first, this is a place where I take a look at budget electronics from a Generation X's perspective. Now, why do I do it? Well, I do it to save you money. But I can't do this without you, so if you could, head down below, hit subscribe, throw me a couple thumbs up, maybe hit that little bell, give you a little notification every time I release a new video. It'll really help the channel blow up. Now, full disclosure, sometimes this stuff gets sent to me and sometimes I buy it myself. But I always give you an honest opinion of what I like and what I don't like about these products. So you're going to want to stick around to the very end for the pros and the cons for the W-King X10 Outdoor Wireless Speaker. Now let's see what's in this box. Okay, so we got a big box here for the W-King X10 Outdoor Wireless Speaker. And I tell you what, I'm not going to bore you guys with an unboxing here. We're just going to show you what's inside this box, old man magic style. Okay, and this is everything that comes with the W-King X10 Outdoor Wireless Speaker. So first of all, I emptied out the accessory box for you so we can see what's inside there real quick. I've got a 3.5 millimeter aux jack so you can hardwire devices into it. And that's a beautiful braided wire. I mean, it's really classy. I love the way they do this. W-King does this on all of their speakers now. Okay, so we have a USB-C wire. Now, most of these have been coming with a USB-C to a USB-A sort of connection. But now these are coming with both ends as USB-C. So you're going to want to make sure that you have a charging block with a USB-C port in it, or you can charge it by your computer. I've got a W-King warranty card, and I should point out that W-King stands behind their product for 48 months. That is 4 years to you and I, kids. And of course we have the user manual, but with most of W-King's speakers, unless I'm pairing them, they're pretty easy to use, so I'll check this out if I really need to figure out how things work. We have the strap that comes with the W-King X10 speaker, and let me tell you something, this is like seatbelt material for my car. It's really sturdy and pretty much impossible to break. I've also got very sturdy metal clamps that will hook up to the speaker itself. You can see where I hook it up there. I like the fact that I can adjust this too so that I can stick it over my shoulder and take it on the go with me. Finally, we have the speaker itself. I mean, look at this beautiful speaker. It comes in at around 7 pounds, and they've gone for the subtle and classy W-King logo here on the front rather than, slapping it in big paint across the front. But I love the way that looks. I've got my hooks here on the top that will hold that 7-pound structure, and I've also got fabric mesh around it combined with a rubberized exterior, so it looks pretty sturdy. And on the side I have these passive subwoofers. Now these actually begin to vibrate when they start pumping out that bass. Inside here I've got 2 tweeters and 2 titanium drivers, and on the back side underneath all this fabric I've got a 3rd passive subwoofer. So I actually have 3 subwoofers on this speaker, which is going to help me generate that 70 watts of sound that W-King is promising. Now on the back side, it's no surprise I have a waterproof flap, and this includes a port for my 3.5 millimeter jack. I've got a USB-C port here that I can charge devices off of, and then I also have a slot for a TF card or a micro USB card. And then here is my USB-C port. Now I can use this port for charging, and also W-King will release updates every now and then, and you can email them and they will send you a link for an update on the speaker. Now on the bottom I have this really kick-ass bass, and I tell you what, this bass comes in very handy when you're taking this outdoors and you're placing the W-King speaker on a flat surface. You're going to want to have something that's rubberized like this so it actually grips that flat surface and doesn't go flying off the side of the boat. So syncing up the W-King X10 Outdoor Wireless Speaker up is as easy as selecting W-King X10 speaker on your device when the Bluetooth setting comes up, and you'll see here that we've got an awesome lit panel here. This is very cool because I can easily see all of my controls even at night. These stay lit while the unit is on. So I've got battery indicator here on the left, and we've got our power off and on button. I've got volume controls up and down, and I can also skip tracks backwards and forwards. I've got a play button and pause, and I can also answer phone calls. And then I also have this equalizer button, which gives me the indoor and outdoor modes for sound. But all in all, I love the controls on this device. So that is everything you're getting with the W-King X10 Outdoor Wireless Speaker. Now let's go sync this up and we'll see how it sounds. Now the W-King X10 is rugby shaped, so you're going to want to hook that strap on because it's a little bit hard to grab onto from the top. Got it? Now before I get into the sound, I wanted to let you know I did tweak the audio settings on my phone a little bit through Spotify, just so I can maximize that bass sound coming out of the 3 passive subwoofers. But let's not forget those 2 titanium drivers and the tweeters here up front. I'm really expecting some great sound out of the speaker. I will tell you that just like the other W-King models, the volume control is completely independent of your source device. So you can crank up the sound on your iPhone or Android phone or tablet, but then you can also play with the sound independently here on the unit itself to get the right volume that you want. Now we're going to play a little bit of royalty-free music for you so we don't tick off the YouTube god. Now I'm going to max the volume out on this speaker. Whoa. Wow. Okay, that's a lot of bass. But as you can see, I can turn the volume down on my phone, and it's operating independently from the volume here on the speaker. Alright, now I don't know what you're listening to at home on, but I don't want to fry my microphone by the sound on this speaker, but it's getting really good thumping bass here in my room. Now one thing I did notice is, I'm going to turn this down a little bit. Now one thing I noticed is that out of the box, the W-King X10 Outdoor Wireless Speaker has a pretty balanced sound to it. I mean, indoors it sounds fairly balanced at lower sound levels. Right now I'm at about 10% volume, so if I'm going to crank it up much more, it's going to get really loud in here, and you're going to hear distortion on your device. So I can tell you that once I get it outdoors and crank this up over 40%, that is when these subwoofers really begin to kick in and display what the X10 is all about. So I'm out here chilling on my deck with the W-King X10 Bluetooth speaker, man, and I tell you what, it's got some great bass. I got it cranked up about 40% right now, so letting you guys give it a listen to it, and I'm getting great range from it too. I'm able to walk way far away from the source. I can get a good 100 feet away from it outside here, and in the house I got no problems walking around my entire house without the speaker breaking up. I even went upstairs and there was no disconnection, so it's really impressive. I am so surprised and shocked at the quality of sound that I'm getting out of this speaker from W-King. And this is for a speaker that's under, I don't know, 100 bucks if you can get a good deal on it. I can tell you, when you're outdoors, you're going to want to keep that indoor mode on. I really didn't have a use for the outdoor mode. They say it's going to give you a little bit more volume and you can hear it a little bit farther away with the clarity, but you lose a lot of that bass, and I really do love the bass of this speaker, especially when it gets above 50% volume. And I tell you what, we had a little bit of drizzling out here at the Old Man New Tech headquarters today, but I'm not really worried about it because this is an IPX6 rated speaker, so I can get some rain drizzling on it, a little bit of splashing. As you can see, I'm here on the lake having a lot of fun with this speaker, and I tell you what, everybody that I've shown this speaker to so far has been really impressed by the sound and the clarity and the bass of this speaker. Now the W-King X10 wireless outdoor speaker also offers the ability to pair with another speaker, and it has to be this model, but they will pair for left and right channel stereo, which is really cool. And I tell you what, this is priced so well that if you can afford to buy 2, by all means, go out and do it. Because I don't know if you guys remember, but I did a full review on the W-King T9s, and I actually got 2 of those speakers and I paired them together and they sounded kind of incredible, and I'll put a link for that video up here. Check that out when you get a chance. And the W-King X10 is a pretty decent speakerphone. I had people giving me calls on it. I was able to answer it just by hitting the play button on top and carry on full conversations outdoors. They were able to hear me clearly, and I was able to hear them, of course, with some extra bass to their voices, which is kind of strange. Now, as far as the battery life goes on the W-King X10, you want to be careful where you read the description on Amazon because it says it has a 45-hour battery life. Now, that 45 hours is more of a standby mode. What you want to pay attention to is that the volume that you have this set on will really dictate how many hours of usage you get out of this. For example, when I play it at full blast, I mean just full blast, I'm getting a good 5 to 6 hours out of the device itself. Now, if you're playing this at a moderate level, you're going to get around 12 hours. And what's cool is that W-King actually improved the amount of time it takes to charge their speakers, because the last ones that I have, they took quite a while to charge, 4.5, 5.5 hours. They got the charge time with that USB-C charger down to 3.5 hours from empty. So my final impressions, well, I don't know how W-King does it, man, but they have really cranked out a few interesting speakers over the past couple of months. The X10 is by no means an exception to that rule. W-King has managed to get me a really cool speaker at a budget price. Now, out of the box, it sounds really good, but I gotta tell you, it really doesn't stand out and shine until you start cranking the volume up on this. When these subwoofers begin to crank, you're getting a whole different listening experience out of this tiny little package. But it's got a great battery life, it's got a cool design that lends itself for being outdoors. I really love the strap on it, and I love the bass. The bass on this thing, not the sound bass, the bottom bass. The bass on this thing really holds it to surfaces so it doesn't vibrate off and it doesn't go rolling off of tables and things like, or tailgates if you're moving. So it is really a good speaker when you're on the go. And it's built tough. It can take some splashes. It can take some hard knocks. And again, the sound is going to blow you away. I mean, it is really loud at 70 watts and it cranks every bit of those 70 watts. You will hear this across the field. You'll hear it across the large party. You'll have no problem plugging this in a corner and cranking it up and having all your guests feel the beat. Now the cons. Once you crank this up, sometimes the bass can overpower the rest of the sound. But that can be adjusted within your apps. Now I found the outdoor mode to be not too useful. I mean, you're buying this speaker for the bass, and the outdoor mode actually just brings down that bass volume and gives it kind of a flat sound. And finally, I cannot wait for W-King to make a speaker like this fully waterproof, IPX7 if you will, so we can take this out. I don't have to worry about dropping it in the lake. But again, it's IPX6 and it can take some splashes. But that being said, the price, the quality, the sound, I have no choice but to give the W-King X10 Outdoor Wireless Speaker a massive thumping recommendation. Now hey, get out there and have some fun. Hey, this is Brian with Old Man New Tech. We can't make this channel happen without you, so please hit subscribe and smash that bell down below. And if you're looking for product links, you'll find them there too. Thank you.